Hey crafters, welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G, and today's card is a unique card that combines two other cards. Are you ready to see this? Let's head down to the crafting table and let me show you what I mean. What if you could combine a book binding card with a gatefold? We can do this. Let's get busy. The first thing you need to do is grab you a piece of cardstock that is 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to make some very unique score lines. Now, Maddie and I just fell in love with this card. It's new to us, but maybe not new to you. So the first score line we're going to make is 2 1/8. Now make sure you have your cutting blade out of the way. Next, we're going to score at 3 3/8. And finally, 8 7/8. You're going to have to extend your arm. So 8 7/8. I want to remind you, all the measurements are over on creativemomentsbyg.com, my blog, and you can just copy them and paste them into a new document. So back to our cardstock. This is going to make our unique book binding gatefold card. Okay, so we have one score line over here all by itself. We are going to put that one to the right, and we are just going to fold it in towards the inside of the card. That is our right side of our gatefold. Now over here, this is going to create the book binding part. So fold it in, and we're just going to kind of fold this one back. Now, you see what we have? This is the book binding part, and this is the gatefolding part. It is so much fun to decorate, so let's start decorating. What we have decided to do is mix some beautiful gold panels with some beautiful pattern paper that has some gold with it, but also some cream color. Now, you don't have to double mat if you don't want to, but for this card, I want to go ahead and jazz it up just a little bit. So we're going to bring in our Kalel, and we're just going to lay down these mats on top of each other. Now, those panels are going to go right here, but we also need something for this book binding panel, right? We went ahead and we have the gold, but we decided to use a coordinating color from our patterned paper packet, and we're just going to go ahead and lay that down. This is such a quick and easy card to make, but it's really unique, and it may be one of your favorite fun folds. Okay, so let's just go ahead and right here on this inside part, we need to get this adhered to this panel right here. So that it sticks really well, I'm going to go ahead and use a tape runner. So let's just get some tape. We're just going to fold it over. And now we can add our panels. Now, what we need to do is decorate the inside. So we went ahead and we cut some squares. Our back panel is a 4-inch square, and our front panel is 3 3/4. So let's get those laid down on top of each other. And I want my stripes to go up and down just like this. You won't see much of it, but just enough to add some dimension. Now is the time, if you want to stamp something, a message or an image on here, you want to do it before you put it down, right? Just in case you have an uh-oh. Not to say that you couldn't fix it if you had an uh-oh, but it just makes it easier if you stamp it while it's outside the card. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave plenty of room to write. So let's just go ahead and add this. And now all we have left to do is decorate the front, and look at what I've done. I've taken this stamp set, Stippled Roses, and I've colored this flower right here. And then I've taken a message, a sentiment from Mixed Labels. But what do Maudie and I always say? Use what you have. Look at this beautiful flower that we have. Oh, so pretty. Now we are going to add it right here. And even though we have a seam or a score line right here, and it would actually kind of catch, you don't have to worry about it because we are adhering it to this right panel, just like this. So this side will come up first, so not to worry. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put dimensionals on this side. You see how this opens up just like that. Now we have a sentiment that we are just going to put right there, for a great friend. And on this one, I think I'm just going to use some mini dimensionals. Just going to set it about right there. For a great friend. Now look at that. What do you think about this book binding gatefold? Oh my gosh, we absolutely love it. Take a moment and leave a comment. What do you think about this? Don't you love combining those two cards into one? I just think this may be one of our favorite designs that we've created. Would you like to create with me another version of this card so that we can see maybe a different variation? Let's do this. Now I want to remind you, stay with us to the end because I have 2 more cards to show you. And that way you're going to have a total of 4 card designs that you can use to go make this card. Okay, the first thing you need, once again, is you need to grab that cardstock that's already cut 11 by 4 1/4. And we need to make some score lines. So the first score line is going to be 2 1/8. 3 3/8. Extend your arm, and then 8 7/8. Now, remember, we're going to start over here on the right, and this one just has 1 score line on it. So we're going to fold it into the card. Fold it into the inside, or fold it left, just like this. The next one, we're going to fold into the card, and then this crease right here gets folded back because that becomes our bookbinding part of this card. Let's go ahead and use some tape and just stick that down so that we don't have to worry about it. Just going to glue that down. You can use wet glue. I'm just using the tape runner because it will really stick it to the card and I don't have to worry about it popping up. So we have our gatefold right here. We have our book binding part on this side. Now we need to make our panels. We have cut some beautiful stripes and some beautiful flowers. Now this time, instead of a double matting, we are going to put our flowers on the inside and put our stripes on the outside. So let's go ahead and just lay that down. This is just to give you an example of what it might look like if you don't put down another mat. So we're just going to lay down one mat on this card, on our panels. So now we have our panels laid down. Let's go ahead and lay our panels down on the inside of our card. Now, if your paper is directional, make sure that you cut it correctly to begin with, but that you also lay it correctly, because it's very easy to accidentally put it upside down, right? Have you ever done that? And on the inside, we went ahead and we cut our squares, a 4-inch square and a 3 3/4. We decorated it already. We used some of our pattern paper. So let's go ahead and just lay that down. And look at how pretty that looks. So far, beautiful, right? Look at when you open that up. Oh my goodness. Now we have taken a stamp set, and I want to remind you, all the supplies and materials and dimensions are over on creativemomentsbyg.com, my blog. But look at that beautiful flower. Oh, so pretty. Now for the front here, we are using a diamond. So we just cut some squares and we're just going to put our dimensions on this side. But before we do that, let's go ahead and use some dimensionals to lay down this top panel. Okay. Now we're going to add this just like this on some more dimensionals. Now I stayed to the middle. This is just a tip because I'm going to add some leaves underneath this and I don't want them to hit these dimensionals. So let's just go ahead and put this right at the top. Just like that. Oh, look at how pretty that looks. Next we're going to add some leaves. We're going to bring in our silicone mat so that we can just add some tape right on these leaves. And then we have our message that we want to add just straight across right here. We're going to put it down at the bottom and we're going to use some mini dimensionals. Just going to put it close to the bottom. Just like that. Now we're going to bring in our card. We are going to line the points up right here where the opening is, and we are going to put our tape right here. So we're trying to make sure that we have the same margin top to bottom. Now look at this. Look at this beautiful card. You open it up, and there you have it. A book binding gatefold. Love this design. So cute. Now, remember I said I had some more cards to show you. I want to show you this one. Look at this. How cute is he? He has a little hive right there. He has some honey. You open him up and look at that. We just left it blank. And finally, we took the frames and flowers patterned paper and we used the punch outs to add beauty to this card. You open it up and look at that. Oh my goodness. This may be our favorite design. What about you? Well, do you love this design? Take a moment, leave a comment, let us know. We hope that you were inspired today and that you take a moment to share, like, and subscribe to our channel to help us grow. We appreciate you so much. And until next time, Maudie and I wish you lots of creative moments. Bye-bye.